FIA Formula 2 may finally get a race in this weekend as well here at Spa-Francorchamps. After the misery that was yesterday, it's dry hopes today. Here's the story so
Formula
far.
2 arrives in Belgium. Turn it up, Ollie. Alex Brundle's terrific.
I have the safety mode.
Safety mode for Hadjar.
Aaron goes back-to-back with pole positions. This is really intense race.
Oh, woeful setup there.
That's strong improv.
We need to get a washing machine.
One of the strangest team radios I've ever heard.
No wonder he's staying dry. Poor bloke's not got a washing machine.
We go again after a washed-out attempt to run this race. And we go racing to turn number 1. Feather touch from Bortoletto up against Behrman. Antonelli diving to the inside of Crawford. That is super late on the brakes. Hadjar can't afford to take any risks. Big moment of brinkmanship. Antonelli gets there. Antonelli gets by. We didn't go the full distance, but we did get a winner, Zach O'Sullivan.
We saw some rain, we saw some ponchos, we saw some great action.
It may have been short, but the sprint race was definitely sweet. Now in the sunshine, FIA Formula 2 may finally get a race in here at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps. It's round 10 of 14 in the 2024 campaign, and the championship at the front is hotting up. A crucial feature race lies ahead of us here, with Paul Aron lining up on pole position. He has to tackle over 7 kilometres and 25 laps for the feature race. 2 DRS zones, 1 on the start-finish line, and 1 on the run down to Le Combe. It's over 205 mile an hour at top speed here as well, even in a Formula 2 car, and the action is, as always, superb. 3 minutes to go then till we get ready for the formation up. Alongside me in the commentary box is Omi and Jack. And Omi, yesterday we were waiting around and waiting around and waiting around. The rain has gone, the sun has come out, but here in the Ardennes Forest, nothing is ever as predictable as we can see.
Indeed. What a race we have coming our way. Paul Aron on pole a few times this season. Is it finally the day he converts it into his first victory of the season? Behind him, he's got championship rivals Bortoletto and Isaac Hadjar, who believed he could have been in that pole position with the 2 points gained as well. Instead, he goes from third, but pole position sometimes around the second might not be the best place to start anyway. So let's see if Hadjar can try get in the mix. Exciting feature race coming our way. Cannot wait for this one to get underway. It should be pretty, it should have a lot of action, of course, with pit stops also coming our way. So cannot wait for this one to begin.
Yeah, 25 laps ahead of us as well. Let's take a look at the starting grid then from back to front. Victor Martin still with no time set. He lines up right at the back, but did make up 9 places in just 5 laps. Roman Starks alongside him as well, 21st. Joshua Durskin lines up in 20th. Taylor Barnard lines up 19th on the grid. Rafael Villagomez is 18th with Jose Murillo Marti in 17th. 16th goes to Rito Mayata alongside Ollie Behrman starting 15th. He moved up into 8th place in yesterday's race as well, with Antonelli ahead of him. Juan Manuel Correa is in 14th with Enzo Fittipaldi lining up in 13th place as well. Kush Miney takes 12th with Emil Cordial in 11th. Top 10 goes Zach O'Sullivan's way. Yesterday's sprint race winner, Dennis Hauger, lines up alongside him in 9th position as well. Richard Verschoor lines up 8th on the grid with 7th for Franco Colapinto. Zane Maloney starts 6th. And the best move I've ever seen in Formula 2, Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up 5th on the grid. Outside, wet weather, Eau Rouge, side by side, brilliant. Jack Crawford lines up 4th with Isaac Hadjar in 3rd. Front row of the grid, Gabriel Bortoletto and Paul Aron, proving everybody that he goes forward. Good morning, Jack. Here we go then. You're here for the feature. Sunny conditions as well. Fingers crossed, we should be in for a great one.
Yep, fingers crossed. Hopefully it's not as disrupted as the F3 race was earlier. It's going to hopefully be a pretty entertaining race. You got Bortoletto, Aron, both on the front row, 2 incredibly promising talents in my opinion. It's going to be a good one.
Let's check in then with the world feed, Alex Jakes and Alex Brundle as we get ready for lights out.
So the leading runners on the soft compound tyre, that's what we would consider the traditional strategy, the softer compound giving you a better launch off the line, then needs to be relinquished earlier on in the race. It is almost a 50-50 split through the field as to which strategy they've gone for as they leave for the formation lap.
They do not have the full running that you would usually get in a sprint race, which is a large part of the homework completed for the teams. We didn't get that in the dry yesterday. What we do have are these helicopter pictures of an extraordinary racetrack that the drivers will be desperate to attack. They don't have a full picture though. New car, resurfaced racetrack. It's going to be a different picture out there, and all the Formula One drivers were doing yesterday is talking about degradation and how it's far more extreme than it's been in recent times.
You've got to remember as well, we've had a load of rain this morning, rain overnight as well, so the track goes back to square one then, and often you get graining early on in the race here. It's what they're going to have to defend against.
Okay, let's hear from our pole sitter. Paul Aaron was talking to us earlier in the weekend.
We had a tough round in Silverstone. I came to Hungary and put it on pole, but still left the weekend very disappointed. So yeah, again, going from a very low to again being on pole today, obviously I'm very happy. But yeah, I don't want to celebrate too early. After the first run, I basically had a very good lap, a perfect slipstream, and I was second. And after that, I thought, well, this is not going to be easy. And we managed to make a few changes. I managed to do an even better lap, and we got the pole. So yeah, the key is just to go and try and do your best, because with such a competitive championship and so many good drivers, you can just never predict where you're going to end up.
So many good drivers is correct. As the cars are on their formation lap, we didn't cover this yesterday. I wanted to wait until Sunday to say and acknowledge that Spa is incredibly tough for the people of Formula 2. 5 years ago, we lost the bright and talented Antoine Hubert. Antoine has been remembered this weekend with floral tributes and a track run organised by his friend Pierre Gasly. I wanted to send my best to his family, friends and team, all of whom deal with the reality of that day every day. Formula 2 will forever make sure Antoine Hubert will never be forgotten.
Absolutely so. Emotive day for Formula 2, and I know that you're in the commentary box that day, and it's a day that lives with you in terms of your memory of this series. Alex, extremely well said, and it was great to see that play out earlier on.
So, we're all set then. What do you think, Omi, as we come into the start line as well? He's going to take the lights out.
Should be very interesting. Now we're going to work out, of course, with the new surface, the more grip. The more grip yesterday, the drivers reported in the paddock, caused more spray. Today, we don't have to worry about the spray. We definitely, though, still have the grip out there on the circuit, so that'll be interesting. Keep an eye on the Dams car of Crawford, who starts P4. Also, keep an eye on Correa from 14. The Dams car has good race pace there as well. So keep an eye on the Dams, but it could be anyone's race at the front of the field.
Stand by for 25 laps of unpredictability. It's 1 hour in total, and then the racing will be go. Victor Martins lines up at the back of the grid then. Green flag will be shown. All eyes to the lights here in the Ardennes Forest. The feature race for FIA Formula 2 has all 5 lights activated. Lights out, blast off, good start from the middle of the road. Great start as well from Richard Verschoor as we come down towards turn 1. Paul Aron's on the outside line, Gabriel Bortoletto's on the inside, contact and into the barrier immediately. And that's Ollie Behrman out of the race. And that is a huge accident. It's a taken off by the tyre barrier. They just went sort of joined together as we see Isaac Hadja and Gabriel Bortoletto trying to have a go. That might be a red flag already. That's a crash on the start line. Haven't seen that in a very long time. Now look at Isaac Hadja having a go at Gabriel Bortoletto. And there's a driver on the grass. That's Dennis Hauger. Antonelli going defensive as well. Into second position goes Isaac Hadja. Paul Aron keeps the lead in the race.
Someone slow.
Someone slow coming through. Yeah, I can't tell who it is.
Blue car, look.
Is that Colin Pinto or Crawford? Can't tell at the moment, but there's someone sort of directly in the centre of the circuit.
Colin Pinto.
Colin Pinto, another car off through the gravel further back. It's one of the Tridents. It's happening everywhere. What on earth
Happening
is
everywhere on this opening lap, indeed.
No sign
Dean
of-
Maloney also bogged down off the line very. It was a good avoiding for Sullivan as well.
No sign of the red flag or the safety car. Surely it's got to be one or the other. We've crossed the control lines. Everybody has. We can go to a red if we need it. That tyre barrier is going to need to be repaired. Safety car has been deployed at the very...
Safety car.
it went to stream ending for some reason. That's unusual. I pressed S for safety car. I'm sorry about that. So safety car is out. So safety car on the opening lap of the race has been deployed. That'll neutralise everybody. We haven't yet seen Behrman or Marty. Marty's car's pulled out, so's Behrman. Tyre barrier looks okay. Thank God for that. So it was a low-speed accident in fairness, but I've never seen anyone go into that tyre before, Romy. And looking, tyres look fine, cars moved away, just a safety car, no need for a red flag. But out goes Behrman, out goes Marty. Oh, and Colapinto stopped right in the centre of the track.
Colapinto out as well. So that's a disappointment for the driver from Argentina. He's going to find himself out of the race. Oliver Behrman and Marty out as well with the incident. Lots to go through on the opening tour of that race. But yeah, Franco Colapinto, such a disappointment. He'll be out of the race after some great qualifying performances. He won't be able to put it into race performance today, unfortunately.
Sadly not, Jack, and that opener was definitely interesting. And the cars are now coming into the pit lane to avoid turn 1. So it's not a red flag, they're just getting out of the way of all the turn 1 accidents. So wise decision from the stewards there to bring them through the pit lane. But Jack, what an interesting start that was.
Yeah, good call there from the stewards to bring the car through the pit lane. 100% the correct decision. But no, Marty, Behrman both out. Colapinto slow. I don't know if there was any contact there. I also think I saw someone going off in the background. I want to say it was Dirksen who went off, but I wasn't 100% sure. Absolute chaos at the start here.
Never seen anybody go into that tyre barrier, ever. That's the
Neither have I.
first time since it got put there 17 years ago. Behrman's out. So 3 drivers out already. That's Colapinto, Behrman and Marty. Behrman walks in as the cars below him leave the pit lane. As we're still under safety car conditions. Aron leads, Hadjar, Bortoletto, Crawford for sure. Antonelli, O'Sullivan, Maney, Hauger, Maloney are top 10. Aron's been noted for a technical infringement, so the race leader is in trouble with the stewards. And Antonelli as well has been noted for the same thing, technical infringement as well. Here's your start there with Omi.
So, off the line, Paul Aaron is going to get away with Bortoletto. Maloney got away very poorly, as I mentioned. Crawford also did get away Crawford got away well, so did Colapinto, as well. Antonelli with the inside line. And then it seems like we're going to get the crash in the background. So we're going to be looking for the red and white Prima. He's going to be side by side there, side by side with Maloney. Marty goes to the outside, and oh, Maloney's involved in that one. Behrman, we're making contact with the side of Maloney into the path of Marty. So that's how that contact happened then off the line.
So great start as well coming from Richard for sure. As I said, he dived at the inside. Looks like Colapinto didn't get away well at the line. Maloney causing the concertina effect as well. Marty and Behrman straight in. Here's Behrman's radio.
You okay?
Yeah.
As long as you're okay, it's good.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, because that was a nasty one. It comes across the track. I'd blame Behrman there. He didn't look where he was going.
I agree.
That was Behrman's fault.
Yeah, he just cuts across Maloney.
Insane. My luck is insane. Best start of my life.
It was a really good start for Marty
Yeah,
as well.
he did get a good start.
That's
Look how
Behrman.
bad the start that Maloney got was, by the way.
Yeah.
Marty's been punished a lot for good starts. Australia, he was taken up by his teammate Hadjar after a good start. And then again, a great start for Marty, and he's punished for his own success.
Yeah, just cut straight across at that start in Australia and in towards the pit lane. And here's Fittipaldi. He didn't get a great start. He's on the soft compound tyre and he watches it all happen. Yeah, that's Behrman's fault. Behrman cuts across the inside of Maloney and there's nothing else. So that's Behrman not using his spatial awareness. I don't know what's happened to Ollie Behrman, but he has had a really terrible F2 year and he has been rewarded with an F1 drive just because he did well in Saudi Arabia. It's like ever since he got that, it's like he's not trying in F2 anymore.
Yep. Great avoiding work, of course, on Zayn Maloney. Getting that slight stall off the grid. And this is Hadjar. The top two very close. And then you're going to tuck in that slipstream, get the direct toe. And Isaac Hadjar able to take second place on this opening tour to the race. And then also getting the slipstream from Paul Aaron. So that gave him the extra momentum to get through and move up to second place and get past Bortoletto as well. Then Colapinto was side by side with Crawford in the background. And then Colapinto just slows down. Slows down. An issue for Colapinto. Simple as that.
And everyone watching on in the garage. There's Jose Maria Marti watching the replays. can't believe it looks a bit like Mr. Bean in that reaction he just did there with the face. Here he is now on the pit wall.
Safety car's ending.
Yeah, and Antonelli will be investigated after the race for that technical infringement. That's not going to be great at all. Let's go, says Antonio. Listen, we've got another stream. Yeah, we've got streams all day, basically, until 6 o'clock tonight. Let's go, Kimmy. I hope Behrman's okay. He is. And Kenny says that's Silverstone 2022, like with Joe. Yeah. It's weird. You don't see an accident like that at the start. Right. I'm going to go check on my bacon. Back in a minute. Let's go.
To be that clear before the beginning of the race. Antonelli, still one of the leading drivers on the medium compound tyre, managed to stay in there at the start, was overcome by Verschoor, who had a beautiful launch off the line, went storming through the middle of the grid in the Trident, but Antonelli hanging in there and trying to do what we've seen him do earlier in the year, which is make that harder compounder tyre available for the weekend work, then jump to the soft and go storming through the field.
Last year's strategy was aided by the timing of a safety car for Jack Doohan, who started P11 on the grid, needed the timing of the safety car to bring him into contention, but it did, and it worked, and it often does in FIA Formula 2. The safety car and a smiling Bernd Mailander enjoying himself out there.
He's finally seen a dry Spa for the weekend. He's turned his safety car onto traction control off, and he's having a ball out there.
So he's going to come back to the pits. The pace will be defined by Aaron, our top two in the championship, our top two on the road, but swapped round. Aaron was our pole sitter, a position gained for Hadjar. Can Hadjar use that bold move into Lecom to turn it into the race lead, try and extend his championship advantage? If you're not sure about the abbreviations, it's Aaron, then Hadjar, Bortoletto, our top three in the championship, our top three on the road, then Crawford, Verschoor, Antonelli, O'Sullivan, our winner yesterday, then Miney, Hauger and Maloney are our top 10 as Aaron prepares his restart.
Big work from Hadjar through the brake pedal to get temperature in the front tyres. He needs to try to put the pressure on Aaron now if he can, and Aaron will surely be under pressure as he delivers a tow to the rest of the field. He's gone very early as they head down toward Blanchimont. You're on board with Antonelli, watching them string out down towards the final chicane.
Remember, there is such a thing as being too close into Eau Rouge. That is something that Aaron will be thinking about. How close will Hadjar be? You need the momentum to rise up the hill and try and strike into Lecom. It is lap 3 of, and now lap 4 of 25 as we head into the first turn of the racetrack. Aaron, then Hadjar, then Bortoletto.
Yeah, no DRS, of course, to the next lap. So that's what you've got to remember to keep into it, Omi. But so far, it's a great restart from Paul Aron.
Good restart from Paul Aaron. He'll be dishing out the tow, though, all the way. You get the slingshot, you get the slipstream all the way up the hill, and then you're gaining with every meter that we make our way towards Lecom. The gap will be coming closer. Let's see if Isaac Hadjar can put up a bit of challenge down towards Lecom on Paul Aaron.
Definitely going to be having a go as well into the braking zone. Will there be a difference between the two? Just ever so slightly sideways as they come into it. Down now out of Malmedy towards Ravage. Paul Aron's having an excellent little run as they come into it as well. As we shoot down. Yellow flag, sector 2, and is that... Well, oh, and it's a big one.
Victor Martin.
Victor Martins is out of the race. Broken front left and right and rear left suspension. And there's 2 cars out down there, isn't there? Now, this will be an immediate safety car, which is great for me, which means I go to go cook the remaining of the breakfast. But that is Martins out of the race. It's not great for him, Omi. Safety car surely coming out. That's in the entry to Malmedy.
Yeah, so it might be Villa Gomez in the other VAR maybe off as well. Moment there, race once again, another big crash.
Safety car again! It's happening so much today where we keep on going. Now, is this going to be a red flag? Because we have yet to see anybody else compete. Now, has Villa Gomez... Well, he's dropped down. Yeah, Villa Gomez has stopped. It's a 2-car pile-up. And I'm not seeing... There he is. Rear left. So Villa Gomez has got him backwards. Both drivers are out of the car and are okay. It shouldn't be a long safety car. There's no tyre barriers are damaged. But Villa Gomez out. Front left and rear left broken as well. Rear right toe link snapped. So I think it's Martins who's hit him first there. What do you think, Omi?
will be interesting to see the replays on what has happened there, battling through what can be a tight part of the lap as well, especially on a safety car restart when you're trying to get a nose in there to the inside and trying to make some overtakes. And remember, we've got a massive split with the tyre compounds, the cars usually all over the place, but disappointment for Victor Martins. His 2024 season continues to be like this. And then Villa Gomez hasn't really done anything, so he's just going to finish in 18th anyway, but out of the race. Not like he was going to make a difference in this race at all.
So where do we need to look in the field? There we go. There's Victor Martins going right around the outside. Now, so Martins cuts the track. Oh my word! So Villa Gomez loses it at the exit curb of Lecombe. Martins already cuts the chicane at Lecombe after going side by side with Correa, and they had nowhere to go.
Yeah, mate, he just put me in the gravel. Guy gave me no space.
So Villa Gomez. Well, hang on a minute. Yeah, so Villa Gomez gets put in the gravel by Barnard, spins across, and Martins, who already had one off, gets another off on me.
Yeah, indeed. So that is how that one unfolded, and out of the race goes Martins and Villa Gomez. So that will be a steward investigation that will go on as the cars get cleared quickly, hopefully as well.
Absolutely. Let's head back.
Incident beyond Barnard.
Let's head back to the world feed, was what I was about to say before they interrupted me. Here we go.
But that kind of thing happens through the exit of turn 6 all the time. Barnard has the car up alongside and is in control of the corner at that stage. But the Martins, an innocent bystander there. He'd been off the road. He'd rejoined safely at that stage. So realistically, just found himself in the firing line by pure chance, effectively there.
And we're on lap 5 of 25. We're ticking into the window where you are allowed to make your mandatory stop. The safety car is out for the moment. Lights are off, and will we get a chance? Well, the marshals are quick here, and I think it's been switched on. We're under safety car conditions for the second time in the race. We had a start crash earlier on between Behrman. There we go, the lights are on. We're doing it as per the rule book now. And Behrman and Marty into the barrier at the start, and then Villa Gomez and Martins into the barrier just at the entrance of Malmedy Corner, turn number 7, and they're left to watch with the rest of us.
Huge attrition rate in this one. 17 of the 22 cars still running. And our camera box is there being used as a seat by the two Formula 2 drivers. We wondered where we'd left them.
The gallery did. They're pretty panicky. They've got 2 young talents sitting on the camera boxes. This is how it all happened then. Racing Correa, Victor Martins in the Alpine livery, and then the black and orange car forced wide, and nothing either one could do about that one.
Yeah, Villa Gomez there. Yeah, he finds himself wide. I don't think it's fair to expect to drive up the inside there and take the line into turn 7. I think fair enough. And Villa Gomez is losing control of the car on the outside curb, spinning into Martins. You like to try and discern them if you possibly can beyond a racing incident, but realistically, that's what happened. We've got Roman Stanek then coming in as a pit caller. Appears to be on the medium compound tyre, so this won't be scheduled for Stanek. Are they going to throw him on the soft and see how far they can go?
The end of lap 6 that you're allowed to make a mandatory pit stop. The end of lap 6. I'm not sure what they've done there.
No.
I think they've gone one too early as per the rule book.
Unless they're just thinking to put it on the soft tyre from a strategic perspective and aiming to make a further stop later if there's another safety car. Could easily be that, but as you correctly say, you've got a complete lap 6. So with regards to a mandatory stop, and it is a mandatory stop.
Yeah, not a tyre change like we have in Formula 1. You've got to physically come in and change tyres, mandated in the rulebook.
Yeah, often the case when we consider these races, they are required to stop in the pit lane, but that could just be a pace-related aim. Try and do something different. If you're out of the action, Stanek, well, he's definitely out of the action now. What's going to be difficult for him is regaining contact with the pack, because he can only arrive at the safety car at the earliest arrival time. So he can't now go flat out to rejoin the pack. He has to be mandated to the sensible speed with which they can recontact the racing pack. With the safety car ending this lap and the cars approaching sector 3, I think that's going to be pretty tough for Stanek.
Yeah, that's an odd one. I wonder if they're maybe gambling on a safety car. You do have to run both tyre compounds. You do have to make a mandatory stop. If we had another safety car, they'd be able to come back in, catch the pack, go back to maybe your favoured tyre. We're trying to work out what they've done there because it's not the more obvious tactical move in Formula 2. You can't make your stop until the end of this lap. But hold on a minute, the safety car's coming in. So an unusual conundrum for the entire field. We have Aaron versus Hadjar versus Bortoleto on the restart again. And this time, Alex, Hadjar has had a dry run at this.
Absolutely so. You've got to remember, although the soft tyre has done 6 laps at the end of this one, very few of them have been racing. So in terms of the energy that they put through that tyre, what, 1.5, 2 laps max? So they should be able to take it longer in numerative terms through the race than they might otherwise be able to do.
The silver high-tech of Paul Aaron from Estonia, ready to take his racing once more. A contender in Formula 3 last year and looking to win his maiden Formula 2 race today. Drops the hammer, heading in to the bus stop chicane at the end, the final 2 turns of this 19-turn racetrack. We are going to complete lap number 6. We are going to go racing once again. The green flag flies at Spa-Francorchamps. Into the pits comes Dennis Hauger. He's decided to get rid of it as quickly as possible. He was not running further up and he tumbles down the order. He's the only one to take the option to stop as we go back racing once again. And we've got moves everywhere you look. That's Richard Verschoor diving to the inside, trying to take the place from Miata, and he does so.
Yeah, Miata under pressure there through the exit. Actually, Roman Stanek trying to make the move down the inside. Dennis Hauger, the driver you correctly said, on that lower downforce rear element for Hauger, choosing to stop very early. But it's Aaron now under pressure. Jakesy down towards 5.
Here comes Aaron having to throw defensive shape. Didn't have to do that on the last restart. Here's a move to the inside for Antonelli. He gets it completed. Up to 6th position for the driver on the medium tyre. And the Red Bull soft tyre should have fired up better there, but it's Antonelli who makes the pass. Aaron staying ahead of Hadjar.
Antonelli needs to make progress here and continue on. He's the leading driver on that medium compounder tyre, holding up the reverse strategy at this stage. So will at some point lead this race on the road when the soft tyre runners pull in and come for their pit stop. That's going to be happening in relatively short order now. Aaron's jumped away from Hadjar, who caught him. Aaron caught Hadjar slightly unaware, a little bit more napping than he did on the last restart, even though the profile of that restart for Aaron was very similar to the previous one.
So Aaron doing what he needed to. Hadjar at bay, then Bortoleto in 3rd, Crawford in 4th, Richard Verschoor, the lead trident in the race in 5th. A good move for Antonelli, gets him into 6th position. O'Sullivan down to 7th, and then it is Miney, Maloney and Fittipaldi, the top 10. Villa Gomez, Martins, Colapinto, Behrman and Pepe Marti out of this one. The 5 cars retiring. Hauger has made his mandatory stop in that high downforce configuration that MP have decided to run, and no one else did. It looks really, really tight this time around. Hadjar's going to get a great opportunity.
It is now Verschoor, isn't it, who's made the place on that medium compound tyre, who actually sits in front of Antonelli as the leading prime runner. So it will be Verschoor, in fact, who takes them around when the soft tyre runners peel off to pit. Those medium tyre runners still under pressure from the soft tyre at this stage. The crossover yet to come. DRS enabled this time, and Hadjar is going to have an option on Aaron using that system surely. Down the back straight, and Aaron knows it, moving immediately to cover off the slipstream.
It was 4/10 across the line. It's much less than that now. The top 2 in the championship did not get a chance to go wheel to wheel. DRS looking plenty powerful for Isaac Hadjar, who takes the lead on lap number 8.
That's the battle on the road. That's the battle in the championship. The top 3 exactly line astern with how they are in the series. Bortoleto scrabbling to keep with the leading 2 on pace there. Big slide through the exit of Malmedy in a McLaren liveried Invicta, looking...
Well, that was a great move for the lead that I saw inside. Let's take a look at it again. He's got the DRS, moves around the outside line. Aron could do nothing about it there, Omi. I know I've missed a couple of laps. That's what happens when you have literally no help, because everybody just decides, oh, I want to stay in bed. Useless people. Anyway, green flag racing's on. Oh my... God, if my OBS doesn't bloody work, I'm going to hit my computer again. This is getting ridiculous. Go on. Yeah.
So.
Also, bandaged hands. Yeah, I'll do the bloody cooking. Useless family members, honestly. Go on, Omi.
At least we've got some racing to cheer you up. We've got
I'm beyond thingy right now. Go on.
Hadjar taking the race lead by 8 tenths an hour.
Box for a run. His tyres are gone.
Aaron's
he was on
coming in.
soft tyres anyway, so we'll see what happens then. Hadjar leads now by 7 tenths already. Bortoletto still back in third. Antonelli down to 6th and into the pit lane on the soft tyres. Finally comes Paula on. So he changes over from hard to soft. Go on. Are you behind it? Are you lagging?
I might be behind.
Jack, you can hear me fine.
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's Omi. Mediums go on. That's a long way to take those tyres, Omi.
It is a long way to take those tyres indeed, as he will go back out onto the circuit, still trying to work out what is going on with Roman Stanek as well. But Aaron will rejoin the road, trying to get undercut as Vashor goes through.
Right the outside, coming into the comp, gets ahead of Crawford. Nice move. So Vashor's up to third, Crawford's in fourth position as things stand. Box for Crawford. So yeah, his tyres are done as well.
Yep.
Got to keep better on that one. 2.1 seconds the gap between Hadjar and Bortoletto. Vashor in third. He's up, so Vashor's up 5 places, so is Maney. But Barnard, Dirtskin up 8 apiece, but Barnard under investigation for that collision.
Yep, so Crawford coming in at the end of this lap. Antonelli running in P5 right now at the moment. Hadjar, the race leader, is also diving it into the pit lane. So let's see whether Aaron will be able to get an undercut. Aaron will have those tyres warmed up even if Hadjar does rejoin the road ahead. So it's going to be a fascinating battle at the front of the field when Isaac Hadjar comes into the pit lane. He's got the fastest lap at the moment. He's got a 2.2 second advantage over Bortoletto. But the real comparison is going to be with his nearest rival for the championship, with Paul Aaron, who currently sits in 16th, has made his pit stop. Let's see where Hadjar's going to come out in comparison to him.
Under pressure. And in he comes now. Hadjar boxes. Bortoletto takes the lead. Crawford comes in as well. So watch out as we see Paula on 19 seconds back to Stanek. In total, to Bortoletto's gap takes him 7 seconds away. So that's what you've got to keep an eye on and keep the distance for as they come in now together. Is he going to get held up here by Bortoletto coming down the pit lane? No, hang on, who is that coming down the pit lane? Dirtskin. Joshua Dirtskin. Yeah, gets out ahead.
Yeah. Sullivan that was, who was impeding him slightly, but let's see where Hadjar's going to come out now.
Exits, power. Aron's coming somewhere across the line now. There he is, he's undercut him. Oh, fantastic. The overcut works better than the undercut. Hadjar gets out ahead of Paul Aron, and Aron's going to be furious about that. Absolutely furious. But hotter tyres, remember?
Max attack and box. Max attack and box.
Bortoletto being told to max attack and box, but the net race leader belongs to Isaac Hadjar and Paul Aron. The 2 title rivals are going to be absolutely furious with this one.
Indeed. So it's still formation between those 2 drivers. Aaron trying to attempt that undercut. Wasn't able to get there. Fittipaldi is being called to the box, currently sitting in 6th position behind Zane Maloney as well. But yeah, Bortoletto is now going to come in with Hadjar getting a good gap over Aaron on this restart. It's going to give encouragement to Invicta that Bortoletto could do something of the same. This was Ritomo Miata around the outside of Juan Manuel Correa, and that was taking 9th position.
Just call for great defensive driving for the Japanese driver there. That's what we saw from the Super Formula, Jack. That's a lot better.
Absolutely brilliant move there from Ritomo Miata. And here is Bortoletto into the pit lane, by the way. So, Miata showing why he's being considered for that Toyota World Endurance seat that I think he's likely going to go to next year.
Yeah.
Makes sense, doesn't it, really, Omi, to go over there rather than stay in Formula 2 for a year to get a shot at a World Championship and a World Championship winning team.
Indeed, as Bortoletti is going to get held up from Fittipaldi momentarily. Fittipaldi also coming into the pit box. Behind we have Stanek, who is going to need to pit. Of course, his first one wouldn't count as it wasn't done in the pit window.
Fittipaldi stalls it!
Fittipaldi.
He had to wait for Stanek to go past him and he stalled it. Unbelievable. Well, that's what you get. These F2 machineries are so unreliable this year. It's like what we saw back in 2018 when we changed the cars last time. Paul Aron is right behind Isaac Hadjar with the DRS. And now the two championship protagonists are going to go wheel to wheel down the Camel Straight. And to the outside goes Paul Aron. Did he get the move done? Yes, he did. Fabulous. Outside and then gets it done. Hadjar down to 9th and Aron now back in the front. Now he can save tyres. Iceman says, who would Mayata replace? I'd assume
Nothing had.
Kobayashi. Go on, Amy. Fittipaldi's out, isn't he?
That's disappointing. He's going to find himself the
He
race.
stalled it again.
Will the Brazilian driver, unless they can try get that one going, they are trying their best. And he stalled it again. That's such a disappointment. As we take a look at the replay, Hadjar always going to be with his defense. He's forcing Aaron to go the long way around. Aaron much later on the brakes, using the advantage and turning the other to the inside and getting the position for the Estonian driver.
So, as Iceman says, Mecha Chrome, I probably misunderstood. No, he's right, needs to leave. Mecha Chrome really does need to leave. These F2 cars this year have been so unreliable. You spin it and you stall it. How? Why? Hadjar radio.
Respond.
Yeah, it was a little bit slow.
I thought it was a great pit stop from Hadjar. Don't be going slating the team. Hadjar did a great pit stop. It's his driving. I can't do it. And Fittipaldi's out of the race. Oh, now this is getting ridiculous. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. Fittipaldi's out of the race because the engine stalled and won't restart. That is ridiculous. I hope we get a new engine supplier for 2027 for F2, F3, similar to what Super Formula does. Honda and or Toyota. Yes, there are teams that are better than others in Japan, but the engines don't fail. With you there. Mecha Chrome is ridiculous. Just doesn't work.
Hadjar is very close to Paul Aaron. Is he going to have a run? It seems like he was a bit too far back to go for the move on that occasion. So, Isaac Hadjar not able to get through on the Camel Straight, but is still in close proximity. They've got a 4.5 second advantage to Bortoletti behind. So it's Hadjar versus Aaron. The two drivers debating the championship, debating it out for victory in the feature race at Spa. This one could go all the way to the end, but they're not going to be the only ones who are going to be dueling for this position. Keep an eye on the soft runners. Antonelli is absolutely flying on the alternative strategy. Vishaw's also on the alternative strategy. So Antonelli trying to become the lead driver on that strategy. Let's see if he can gain on Vishaw and pass Vishaw, and then Antonelli could be the man charging at these guys late on in the race.
It's going to be one of these days where you've just got to keep your cool and keep your tyres alive. Lap 12 or 25, we are halfway in this race of the feature with 30 minutes to go, with half the time, half the race. So this is good news if we keep on this pace. One more safety car might put us in a little bit of trouble. Look at Isaac Hadjar as well, going absolutely full throttle as we come down through Blanchimont towards the bus stop. He is giving absolutely nothing away as Aron is just ahead. Can't quite get him into braking, but he's so super close. This is unbelievable running as they come out of the bus stop down towards La Source.
Indeed, he'll get DRS also help himself down towards La Source. Talking about DRS, Cordial's about to get DRS on Kushmani down the Camel Straight. These two, both on the alternative strategy, both the third in this group as well. Let's see if Cordial can make the move on Maney.
Inside line, but Maney will know that. He'll go defensive. So Cordial stays on the outside, coming into the cop. Can't get a whiff, but he's so
Switch
much
to
faster.
Hadjar.
Yeah, where's Hadjar? Come on, where is he?
Come on,
Here we go.
directors. Here we go.
Right on the outside, Aron could do nothing about it. And the two that are on the net lead of the race. Swap places again. Hadjar retakes her on. Now, I don't think Hadjar should have said over the radio that it was a rubbish strategy and a rubbish pit stop, because he had the lead at the exit of the pit lane, so the team did brilliantly there. He was the one who let it go.
Bortoletto has gained a whole second in the last few laps as well on Aaron and on Hadjar. So Bortoletto is going to go hunting, and that would be brilliant if we could get all three title rivals, the top three in the championship. Can we have all three battling it out at once on the circuit? That would be absolutely brilliant. But what a fight between Aaron and Hadjar, and Aaron nearly losing 1 second. He's got to be careful. He's got to stay inside that one. That'll be critical to make sure that Hadjar is not able to get away as well. Lap 13 out of 25. So this race starting to fly by quite quickly as well, as Antonelli now inside the 1 second of Richard Verschoor. So let's see if we're going to get a battle between those two drivers for the current race lead on the circuit and the lead driver on the alternative strategy battle as well.
So keeps on holding the attack differential as they come out now over to the line. Verschoor leads. Antonelli, Cordial, Maney on the alternative strategy, followed by Barnard, Correa, and then it's Hadjar coming in afterwards. This is Cordial and Maney. And Cordial right round the outside. No, can't do it.
So we saw this one live.
Yeah.
And then Cordial's going to be able to get through, I believe. Is he going to go around the outside of Maney? So he was eventually able to get through Josh, and this is how he did it.
Round the outside, and that is a fantastic move from Cordial. Don't often say that, but that was tremendous. Sometimes he just shows glimmers of what his talent is, and not the Stroll effects. Here's Maney.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I know, mate, when you won one lap, though.
I think Maney's tyres are done.
Yeah.
Lost 2.4 seconds already.
Surprised that the gap between the alternatives and the primes are not this great, as Zane Maloney almost went for a trip to the local hospital. Side by side with Dennis Hauger. Hauger gave him no room, and it was almost a massive accident down into the common chicane. That was unbearable. Watch this again. I think Hauger might get a little bit of a warning for that. Look, Maloney goes there, and then Hauger goes, oh, never mind, I'll do it again.
Oh my word. Brilliant battling out there on the circuit. Aaron seems to be struggling a bit compared to Hadjar at this stage of the race. 1.3 seconds. So here's Isaac Hadjar on his way for his 4th victory of the season. Maney's being called into the box after struggling so much. Bortoletto's one to watch as well, we have to say. Got the gap now down to 2.2 seconds. Could he pass Aaron and then go on the attack of Hadjar? Bortoletto looks good, but is he taking too much out of the tyres is the question.
That's what I'm thinking as well. He's pushing too hard, too quick. Aaron's got the fast lap, by the way. Mainly boxes. So he'll change over to the alternatives. Yep, just hearing in my ear that there's going to be some radio messages coming shortly.
Lovely stuff. So that'll be interesting to see.
Don't stall it. Don't stall it. Don't stall it. Good. So every time he just drops the clutch, it's like, is it actually
Is he going to do it? Is he not? There's always a question.
I'm surprised you haven't seen an accident at the start yet, to be fair.
Yeah, we've had some great avoiding work so far this season from the drivers. And we haven't had an incident like we had in back in 2018 in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
With that stall off the line as well.
Thinking back as well to Saudi Arabia in 2021.
Oh yeah, with Fittipaldi.
Fittipaldi, yeah. Speaking of the Devils, here we go again. Maloney and Hauger. This time Maloney goes right around the outside. That's going to be... Oh, sorry, Dirk's going around the outside of Hauger.
Yep, Maloney's further up the road now. Dirksen also past Hauger. So Hauger seems like he's struggling then.
Oh, I hate how much green we've got. It's hard to tell who's who when you get with the sun blowing down and it's a green wings. You go, oh, there's Maloney. Nope, it's Dirksen. And then here comes Hauger with identical wings. But the bright orange helps out a bit there.
They all like the same sponsor, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Or do you think it's all different sponsors that just happen to be the same? I mean, Maloney, you know, as you see Dirksen going for a little trip in the gravel there, Maloney, we know he's green because he's a Sauber Academy driver. The other two, I think, one's AIX, the other one I have no idea, to be fair.
Antonelli and Cordial
Antonelli.
10 to go, and they've taken those tyres as long as they can. Winner of the sprint race last time out. So winner of the feature race last time out in Hungary for Kimi Antonelli. Can he repeat that today? Got lucky with the strategy. It's a long pit lane here as well, actually. That is Cordial. His tyres looked okay, actually. Softs look worse than his mediums just come off on. Oh no, they can't get the car up for Antonelli! They couldn't get the front jack up. And Antonelli's it's anti-release! Cordial jumps Antonelli in the pit lane. Well, Prima may have won the Formula 3 title for the team's championship, but they've been absolutely dismal in Formula 2 this year. And Antonelli is not going to let that go. He's going to do yet another Smaze move. He's just gone out the pit lane. Like he tried to do in the dry what he did yesterday in the wet. Antonelli's got no fear. And here comes Rita Mayata. And he gets ahead. This is unbelievable from Antonelli.
Trying that once again. Miata's going to have a go at Cordial, who will surely be a sitting duck, and is.
Yeah, and Antonelli backed off there. He knew it was too early to have a go at Cordial. But what a drive from Miata. This is great for him.
Yep, Bortoletta now inside. Oh, huge lock-up for Antonelli. We know Antonelli can lock up those fronts, and it does ruin his race sometimes. But what I was trying to say until we had that lock-up was Bortoletta's now inside the 1 second as we take a look at the replay. So Bortoletta inside the 1 second of Aaron, and yeah, they just couldn't get it up.
What the hell was that? Is that the wing? Is that the jack failed?
Didn't get it. So head down now, head down.
Yeah, is that the jack failed? Didn't go underneath, did it?
Rashal's in.
F2 sometimes, honestly. Prima almost always lock up F3, yeah. And they screw up F2. You said Victor for Shaw's in, you're right, yeah. So Correa takes... Let's just take a second, shall we? Because I think this is a bit poetic. Juan Manuel Correa leads at Spa 5 years on from his terrible accident here. And I think that just deserves a little bit of a moment of how great his recovery has been. He leads here at Spa.
Great moment. Great to see Juan Manuel Correa leading and returning back to the circuit. But can Bortoletta get second of Aaron?
He's going to try around the outside. Yes, he can. Bortoletta gets ahead of Paul Aron. And now he'll set after Isaac Hadja. Could maybe Victus win this one with Bortoletta? That's going to be fantastic. I'm just enjoying Correa leading.
They could, so that's the net second place, and Hadjar is right now behind Barnard.
Antonelli this time is going to have a go to get ahead of Cordial. Tyres under temperature, pulls around the outside. Cordial nearly sends them both to hospital. See, that's the rubbish manoeuvres that Cordial does sometimes. Mid straight, I'm just going to go into it. Mainly black and white flag for track limits. Why did Cordial move then? Antonelli had lightning reactions there, but then we've seen those lightning reactions from Antonelli. The whole team is basically is a mess.
Hadjar is stuck, and he's getting blocked right now from Barnard.
Through curve to Paul Freire. Hadjar's got the better exit. Barnard there is right there. They jump over the bump lens at the exit. Down towards Blanchimont. Hadjar's on the inside line. I never like to see this. Get the move done before. Do give him enough room. Do not squeeze him. Give him the room. And off the track goes Barnard at the exit of Blanchimont. That's going to allow Bortoletto to swap round the outside. Coming in towards the bus stop. And into the pit lane comes Correa and Barnard anyway. So Correa lead ends. And now we're into the top three who have all made their pit stops. Hadjar, Bortoletto and Aron. Sometimes the alternate strategy works, but it never really does.
The safety car can work.
Yeah.
But in the championship, top three are but they're now the top 3 in the race in a bit of a mixed order though, with still in first. But let's see now if Bortoleto.
Sorry, you cut off there. There's a bit of lag there. But anyway, coming towards the end of the Camel Straight. So Correa comes out 16th and last. Barnard 14th. Maney comes out in between the two of them. There's gravel everywhere. They'll sweep that before the F1. Although we've got Porsches coming up in about an hour. And then we're straight into British Touring Cars. Basically, we've got you covered all day here. This is Antonelli. Up until 6 o'clock. And then we can all go to bed early. Antonelli did a great move around the outside of Cordial there and got ahead of my head, I think. Yeah.
This Antonelli guy is just like... How does he do this? I don't get it. How does he keep pulling off these moves that I don't even think are possible?
More sticky tape on the rear there for Juan Manuel Correa. He's picked up... Oh, and there it goes. Part of the F1 pit box. Hello, we can hear you now.
I've joined on my alt like I did in qualifying.
Yeah, that works. I think that's what we need for the F2 account. So Hadjar, Bortoleto, Aron, Crawford, O'Sullivan. There's so many people in the commentary box right now on the Discord call, but so many of them are alternative accounts. Jess is watching but can't commentate because she's lost her voice and is sick. Jack's in here, and then there's 2 me's and there's 2 Omis, and presumably JT's going to be around here somewhere.
He's not here yet.
Not here yet. Yeah. He's been redecorating his commentary box.
Oh no.
That was great, wasn't it?
He was up late night doing it, so probably still asleep.
I'm on my own for Touring Car Race 1.
Also, get well soon, Jess, by the way.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep, get well soon, Jess.
Just feels like we're being stalked now in the commentary box. I said to her last night.
Exactly.
Here we go again. Bortoleto, and we got Hadjar. Hadjar moves defensively down the Camel Straight. Bortoleto just letting you know he's there. And he's getting closer. In fact, Aron's being chased by Crawford. So the championship top 4 in the top 4.
Well, I did say keep an eye on Dams and their race pace. Crawford proving exactly that on the back of Aaron, so keep an eye on Jack Crawford, whether he can return to the podium places. Antonelli watching a battle between Miata and Dirksen, and Miata is able to get through. Can Antonelli follow through? Has a look up the inside, but decides better off it. But I think he's going to make a move in the middle part of the lap, because Antonelli ain't just going to sit behind. He is going to go for it down the inside. Yellow.
Sector 1. Now, who's off down there? As there goes Cordial passing Dirksen as well. Permanent yellow, Sector 1. Now, is that to pick up the debris or is somebody stopped? No one's registering stopped on my timing screen. Green flag. It's
debris.
Yeah, it's Marshall picking up that debris. Yeah. This week, I was meant to be back in the comms box too, but my illness said no, says Jess. Yeah. Jess was supposed to be in the comms box this weekend, which is why the main race later, and there is the Marshal. Wisely holding his trousers. He remembers what happened to the Marshal in Bahrain a couple of years ago.
Brave Marshall. Very brave.
Yeah.
Having stood on racetracks, it's the weirdest feeling on the planet. Even when there's no one around. Just weird. The track walk at Donington I would never do again. I asked Mallory and Lizzie, did you go on a track walk? Lizzie went on a track walk. Mallory said no. I said, don't blame you. A little bit of a thing down here with Paul on.
Crawford with a lock-up as well.
Oh,
but he's still going to have a huge opportunity down the Camel Straight now.
Down we go. Here comes Crawford. He's heading off the track, coming through at the top of Radion. Moving left, moving right. Aron, surely, yeah, he'll hold off for third this time around. Lap 20 of 25. 19 complete. Yeah, as I was going to say, the race later on will be a mixture of JT before he dives off and covers the British Touring Car Championship, Omi, and then back to JT again. Oh, and there's Antonelli. Right in the back of Miata. Miata, God, it's so hard. It's like people used to call Takuma Sato for years, until they got the pronunciation right. It's the way your accent sort of wants to say it. You sort of got to fight it to say it correctly. Where did O'Sullivan start? He's getting a lot of places. O'Sullivan starts in 10th place. He's moved up 5. This is a replay of Antonelli defending against
Cordial.
Cordial. Ooh, Cordial sliding around. With Miata just ahead of him. Yeah, we just saw that. So, there comes Crawford at the back of Pulleron. Hadjad's put out 1.5 seconds now to Bortoletto. Unlikely that we're going to see him makes a move. Maney, track limits noted. Now, if he's done too many, that's going to be a time penalty added. 5 to go. Oh, and Stanek 2. Same thing, track limits.
Big opportunity for Crawford as well, down to the source, but this will be the opportunity. This will be where he tries to get good traction and then a move on the Camel Straight. Barnard has cleared Roman Stanek. Correa's in that battle as well. We're about to make our way up the hill, Durouge, and then up to Radion, and then this battle is going to commence. If Crawford is close enough, he might be a little bit too far back on this lap, but we'll definitely have a go.
Stanek and Maney is now under investigation for these track limit offences. Can Crawford get ahead of Pulleron? Not this time, down the Camel Straight, and that's the last time DRS. Let's have a look to go through.
Antonelli defending again.
Yeah, this is going to be Cordial to really attack back. Nothing down there so far into the breakers of turns 5 and 6. Cameras. Oh, Cordial went wide through the gravel, so that's him done. Oh, this race is a weird one, isn't it? It's up, down, side to side. See how it works out in the end. Penalty for Kushmaini. Kind of knew that was coming. 5 seconds of track limits, except the same for Roman Stanek. So 1.6 seconds Hadjad to Bortoletto at the moment.
Yeah. We've also got for sure on the back of Zane Maloney. That'll be a battle. Roman Stanek has got a penalty as well. And Richard Rashaw is on the back of Zane Maloney, who will be checking his mirrors. And Rashaw is very, very close as we go down to Blanchimont.
Is there going to be a move here from Rashaw? Too far back. Just back on the attack again. Maloney just ahead of him. Exit, DRS open. Maloney's going to go defensive on the inside. Fittipaldi, Rashaw thinks about him on the inside. So used to Fittipaldi being in those colours over the last couple of years. Can't get used to him in new colours. Round 10 of the season as well. Our 20th race of the year. And you still can't get it figured out. Look at Rashaw through a rouge as well. Super stuck to the back of Maney. Correa passes Barnard. And here comes, look at this. A lockup has now cost Andrea Kimi Antonelli, but meantime, Maloney goes defensive. Rashaw dives to the inside!
Oh!
What a move from Richard Rashaw! Takes 6th position, and Cordial gets ahead of Antonelli round the outside. Rashaw tried to sell the dummy, and then did the under-dummy.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Richard Rashaw.
Dutch drivers just go differently here.
In general.
That was
Everyone's going to go different. So everyone's going to go wild in the Porsche Super Cup later.
Oh no.
That's 9 points between 10 Ford and King after 10 Ford scored no points last time out in, where were we, Hungary, a week ago. Bortoletto now watching. 1.5 seconds back to Hadjar. Now he's starting to close that gap down as Hadjar has used more of his tyres.
Come on, give us a last lap battle between these two.
That's what we want. Barnard, black and white flag for track limits. When do we ever get what we want in motorsport? Hardly ever.
Hardly ever. Come on, 1.3 seconds. Bortoletto Let's see if he has still got some tyres left. Used a lot of it to chase down Aaron. Now the question is he going to be able to put some late pressure on Isaac Hadjar? We have 3 laps to go. Lap number 23, and then we'll go on to 24, and then the final tour 25. So opportunities are running out for Bortoletto. He needs to close in, and then needs to try and put the pressure on the final lap of the race. But this is going to be an interesting finish between these 2 drivers. Let's hope he can close in. Talking about closing in, we have also Juan Manuel Correa, who's closed in on Hauger.
He'll have the run all out of the source, down through Rouge and the Kemmel Straight. Correa is right there on the attack now. Through Rouge, up the hill, into Radion, and now down the Kemmel Straight once again. Correa's on the attack. He's going to have a go here. Hauger knows it. Too far back at the exit. I would love to have a word. Have we had a word with Juan Manuel Correa? I think Rachel had a word with him, had an interview, didn't she, with him?
Yeah.
I'd love to see that interview. I want to know what he's thinking every time he comes back here. How he must sort of try and block that out during the race. And not see Radion and the Kemmel Straight is exactly where he had that accident. Broke both his legs, was in a coma. Of course, it was the fatal accident of Antoine Hubert. But Correa fought back from all that injury. Now he's back in F2 racing and doing so well after 5 years.
Got that podium, of course, in Spain in the sprint. Got it taken away. Got it back in the feature.
They don't look so green. They just look worn. We should have a tire advantage on Hadjar.
Basically, push. Just go for it. That's what
Get on with it.
Yeah, get on with it. Stop moaning, get on with it. But yeah, go on. Feature race podium for Correa.
Yeah.
What have we got now? Look at this, he's so close coming through Bonchemont. Straightened Bonchemont out a couple of years ago. Into the breakers after the bus stop. Such a basic last corner, this bus stop now. It's just not what it was at all. If they just put the old one back, we'll be perfectly fine. You can still have your beautiful start-finish straight, just add in a bus stop beforehand. Exit we go. The whole track's the same, bar that last corner, and I hate it. Down we come through Rouge. Flat out for Hauger. Little twitch there for Correa as he came over the top of Radion. Got that DRS straight. Hauger knows it, he's staying to the centre of the track. He's trying to not break that toe, but also not have a go here. And meantime, there goes Stanak getting ahead of Maney. But both under investigation for track limits, and Maney's got a time penalty anyway, and Stanak does too, so that actually won't change their finishing positions. They're battling for a private little battle. Correa still on the back of Hadjar on the penultimate lap of the race. Bortoletto, by the way, is now backed off. He's 2.1 seconds back. He was 1.6 at the start of the lap, so Bortoletto has made a mistake somewhere on this lap. Isaac Hadjar has controlled this race beautifully and will start the last lap in complete control of this F2 feature race here at Spa-Francorchamps. One more to go. I think that's been a successful race. Oh, hello. Is that... Did he get through? Was that Stabilo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hauger's made a mistake. So Correa moves up into 12th position. Hadjar down. And it looked like he made a mistake, but I'm wondering, has Hadjar thought, oh, I'll stop him on the last 2 DRS places and get the place back? Correa's up to 12th. Hadjar can't get back through. Oh, Correa locks up. Makes the entry though to the bus stop. Over the line, DRS active. In fact, Hadjar's made the mistake there. So.
Hold on, we've got Crawford moving up to third.
And that's
Aaron,
because Paul Aron is slowing down the Kemmel Straight. Paul Aron has engine has gone. Yet another championship contender with engine problems. What is going on here in Spa? What is going on with F2's engines? This is getting beyond a joke, and it's cost Paul Aron major points in the championship. But the yellow flags are out. Are they? No! So this move is legal as a run. So that's an only getting ahead of Durska, but here's a run.
I can't believe it.
We can't believe it either, Obi. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And now the yellow flags are out.
Absolutely ridiculous indeed. Such a disappointment for Paul Aaron, who is not going to score here at Spa. Crawford will get promoted up to the podium places. But what a disappointment for Paul Aaron. On the other side, it is the complete opposite for Hadjar.
Title leader losing it. Isaac Hadjar will take the title lead and will be in 7th heaven. He will come into the last 2 corners. It has been a tremendous strategy. He may have criticised the team, but it paid off in the end. It's into the bus stop. Isaac Hadjar wins a fantastic race and wins in Belgium. Bortoletto is in 2nd place. And Crawford will take 3rd at the line to round out the podium. O'Sullivan in 4th, Verschoor 5th, 6th for Maloney, 7th for Miata, 8th for Emile Cordial, 9th for Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Joshua Durskin gets points in 10th after starting at the back. Isaac Hadjar wins in Belgium. That was a great race, Omi.
Fantastic race. Brilliant battling between Hadjar, Bortoletto and Aaron. And Hadjar really is getting well. He's starting to control this championship lead. He will extend it even further. Let's hear from him.
Come on! Let's go! Wow, best race of my career again, man. I think it was my best drive today. But we had the rocket ship. Wow, 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 wow. Bubbles, 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 bubbles!
Surely this improves his chances for F1, says Jess for Hadjar. Massively, massively does. They need to get him into F1 ASAP. Get rid of Ricardo. Put Tsunoda in the main team. Get rid of Perez and put the junior RB team to Hadjar and Lawson. You need to. And get Tsunoda into that Red Bull main team. It makes sense. Stop lingering into the past because the future is coming quicker. And there's Paul Aron stopped at the Lecombe chicane. Jack, what did you make of that one?
The race or the engine failure? I could go for
Both.
both. Just a brilliant race. Some insanely good overtakes. Antonelli in particular. But here is a replay here of Aaron. You can see just slows up top of Radion. Gutted for him. This title fight is just taking more twists than a twister's ice lolly right now. And I could go for one of those right now, actually.
I could. It's 10:03 in the morning here. Right, let's head over to the world feed then. And the latest from everybody there.
A white flag for a slow-moving vehicle. I don't think it was a yellow flag for a stationary vehicle yet.
So, it had actually just come out even after they passed the white flag, hadn't it?
Good job, mate. Good job. Good race. Mega car, thank you again. Thanks everyone for the quick fix in the car. That was a bit scary, but for everything we had, we did a great race after everything. So, thanks, boys.
Bortoletto really pleased with his team's performance, with his performance. Was able to get up to second place on merit. The McLaren junior driver, the winner of Formula 3 last year and the closest contender to Hadjar this year. And he finds himself 37 points back. We do have 4 rounds still to go. But when Hadjar has been quick at different types of circuit, it looks ominous for the rest of the field. The Red Bull junior driver is running himself into the conversation. Red Bull have a driver conundrum with 2 teams in Formula 1, and he wants to be part of it next year. He's having a great campaign. Another victory for him. He's 4th this season. He's always punchy on the radio. If you're going to do that, you've got to back it up with performance on track, and he's done so. It's been immaculate driving. And last year, when he had an anonymous rookie campaign, and you heard the Faenza-based squad, the Milton Keynes-based squad, he ran for both Red Bull and the junior team in Formula 1 free practice. They were so impressed with his core pace. This year, he's brought the pace, and the know-how, but today, also the racecraft.
And it's these feature races, isn't it? It's these feature races where he's delivered in Melbourne, and then found himself back on the top of the feature race podium at Imola, again at Silverstone, again here, and he's winning the Grand Prix of the second tier, which is the keyest, the sharpest demonstration of pace and ability to move through to the next level that you possibly can have at this level. There will be opportunity. There will be opportunity, we hope, for Hadjar with everything going on in the top tier of motorsport. In any case, he drove a brilliant race out there today and won that one completely on merit.
So Hadjar on 165 points, Bortoleto on 129. Paul Aaron now falls to third with 124. Zane Maloney on 111, and Jack Crawford climbs to fifth place now on 100 points. But this is the driver to beat. Isack Hadjar taking off the gloves, removing the steering wheel, and it's another day of delight for him, because it was a straight fight between the top three of the championship at the start of the day after nothing on track yesterday. A defining day in the championship battle, and it's Isack Hadjar of Red Bull of Campos, and pointing at the car because he knows, he acknowledged he had a rocket ship, and man, did he make use of it.
Certainly did. Rocket ship on track, and he needed one. Bit of a challenge through the pit stop phase for him. Didn't let the frustration of that get to him, which I think is a key development for Hadjar, actually. We've seen that in the past. Frustration of something not quite going right at the beginning of the race would affect him later. It didn't do so today. Got his head down, neat and tidy racing to take the lead, and then disappeared when the time was right. Impressive from Bortoleto. If the start of that race had just gone a little better for him, I think he could easily have found himself able to challenge Hadjar at the end or even ahead on the road, but didn't do so. Hadjar, throughout the full race distance, got the job done.
And for those of you looking forward to the Grand Prix later on, of course, you would have noted that DRS is pretty good up there on the Kemmel Straight.
It certainly does, doesn't it? It certainly does. And that, as a result of the speed they take up, that's one of the longest flat-out sections of the year. Tailwind up there as well, so strong old DRS zone, and even stronger, I should say, in Formula One terms, of course, where they are at a higher maximum velocity. So interesting for later on.
Gabriel Bortoleto celebrating with his team. All smiles for Isack Hadjar, posing with the P1 board. He was a contender for the title in Formula 3 a couple of years ago. He went to Monza and he had a qualifying crash that took him out of an amazing battle that he'd been part of all year. Well, this year in Formula 2, he looks like he's going to be part of the battle all the way to the end, patting the car in a move of appreciation. Campos, who in the past, a long time ago, used to regularly take drivers through into Formula 1, might just be doing the same thing again. This time led by Adrian Campos Jr., this time led in the driver's standings by Isack Hadjar.
Jumping 36 points away from Gabriel Bortoleto at this stage of the year. A big old jump.
Ariana is speaking down to our winner in Parc Fermé.
Isack, congratulations, your fourth win of the season. How good does this one feel?
Yeah, this one is special. It was a really hard work today. Toughest race, longest race I felt I've done, you know, and yeah, I'm so happy to go in holidays with the lead extended and a race win in Spa.
Let's talk a little bit about it, because as you said, that wasn't easy. You were battling Paul Aaron at the start, and then you had Gabriel Bortoleto chasing you down later on. Can you talk us through what it was like out there in the car for you with both those battles with your championship contenders?
Honestly, I felt like I did the perfect race today. No matter the scenario, I doubted a lot at some points. You know, I didn't have the best start. I didn't manage to gain a place straight away, but I did the job up the hill on Gabriel. And yeah, the pit stop battle with Paul didn't work out really well, so I had to overtake him again, which I did. And after that, I felt like I cooked a bit the tires, and Gabriel was catching me, so I had to cool down a bit and push again at the end, which I did, and it worked out. But it was hard work.
You mentioned the championship battle there. This gives you a healthy advantage. I think it's 36 points that you're going into the summer break leading by. Paul Aaron not making it to the end there of the race. How does that feel for the championship battle? Do you feel you've got the momentum now?
Yeah, I do have the momentum, that's for sure. You know, honestly, we've had so much bad luck this race. Last week I didn't get to make it on the grid, you know, and I couldn't score points, and today we did, and it worked out a bit better, you know. So yeah, I think we have a high chance to win this title. We're on the right path, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next races.
How are you going to celebrate this one over the summer break?
I'm going to Germany this evening, eat something great, and go and see my family.
We'll enjoy every second of it. Congratulations once again, Isaac.
Isaac Hadjar's face says it all. He's about to join the cool-down room.
Last time? Or ran out of fuel or something? Forgot it was even wet.
Not a clean. Ooh, not a clean start. I was gonna say a clean start.
The egg was big.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh no.
Yeah, the deck was surprisingly big, right?
Yeah.
I didn't expect as much. Mega race. I told the same when I got you and Aaron, but then I just didn't. I mean, I started limiting my fronts when I got you.
Ah, yeah. Is it?
You were struggling in the high speed, huh?
Yeah, 12, 13.
Oversteer?
Both. Like, on entry I was sideways.
And I was flying, I was catching all of you and Aaron, and then I caught up to Aaron, and I lost all downforce in the braking. I had like 3 lockups, and then
But you know that's the new car, right?
But I've never had that this year.
For
I don't
me,
know if I just
when
haven't been
crashed-
following people or...
When I crashed into him in the first race of the year, it was like this. I was braking, I didn't brake late, and then Zane came from the outside, crossed in front of me, I locked up both wheels, and I hit him. Like, I didn't understand anything. But it happened already sometimes with me. It's just that after that incident,
It was
I was
so weird
just so
because I
careful.
was so fast, but then
And we'll leave our top 3 to continue a fairly intense debrief of what they had underneath them. What we have underneath the podium is the CEO of McLaren, Zach Brown, ready to see his junior driver step out onto the podium, now the closest contender to Isaac Hadjar.
Yeah. Gabriel Bortoletto, decent race for him, jumps up a spot in the championship. Also interesting race in the team's championship. Joint now between Campos and Invicta, 203 points apiece for the lead of that series.
Yeah, Campos top due to more victories this year, but the team's championship going all the way to the end, and we'll have plenty of twists and turns. We do still have 8 races to go in this championship. But when you go up against your rivals and you come out on top, it is a moment of satisfaction. It is a moment that the entire paddock, not just Formula 2, Formula 1 as well, take notice of. Isaac Hadjar is about to hear his national anthem. For the 4th time this season, Isaac Hadjar is celebrating, hearing his national anthem on the top step of the podium after a non-score yesterday. It's the largest trophy on Grand Prix Sunday. He takes home 25 points and is delighted with that one. He is the driver to catch. He is the driver to beat. And it's not just in the Drivers' Championship, it's in the teams as well. Campos closing in on a title that would mean a huge amount, but Gabriel Bortoleto, Invicta Racing, going to have a huge amount to say when it comes to that. 203 points apiece, 1st and 2nd in the teams championship, but now up to 2nd in the drivers. Gabriel Bortoleto on the podium once again, and he finds himself up there for another trip. It's his 4th time this season inside the top 3, and Jack Crawford finds himself back there once more. That's his 9th podium finish in Formula 2. Reflections as they spray the champagne then, Alex Brundle.
Yep, champagne time in an interesting weekend for FIA Formula 2. Closing thoughts then. Let's start with you, Jack. What do you make of it?
A great race and some great strategy paid off. Well done to Isaac Hadjar, a man who we could very well see in F1 soon.
Obi?
Yes, indeed. Well done to Isaac Hadjar on a brilliant race victory. He is really starting to take control of the championship now as well. 36 points ahead of Bortoleto, who's improved up to 2nd. Monza is going to be critical if anyone wants to try and get on terms with Hadjar. Cannot wait for that, but now time for a summer break. Formula 2 has been amazing so far. Unreliability though has caused plenty of issues, unfortunately, but hopefully we get less of that, more amazing action, and the championship battle closing in. But congratulations to Isaac Hadjar.
Thank you for your company this weekend, Jack. Thanks, Omi. See you later on in the Formula 1. Thanks to everyone watching the chat as well. I hope you've all enjoyed the action. Isaac Hadjar leaves here as championship leader and race winner. An interesting weekend for FIA Formula 2, but now it's the summer break. We come back at Monza to see what we can do next to wrap up another incredible weekend. It's Hadjar, Bortoleto and Crawford. 1, 2, 3. We'll see you next time. From us all here. Bye for now.